Hey there, Pisces, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your mid-month reading. This is going to be a reading for August 15th through the 31st. We're going to take a look at your past, present, and near future energies. Also, Pisces, if this reading resonates and you'd like to book a personal, check out the description box below. And of course, if you enjoy what I do and you want to say thank you, donation link is also below. Any and every amount is greatly appreciated. Lastly, if you want even more free readings, make sure to subscribe to my email list. I send out free extended readings every Monday, only to my email list subscribers. All right, Pisces, bottom of the deck, you get the Emperor. Sorry, the main energy for the reading is the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, you get the Five of Swords. You're very much in a position of control and a position of authority right now. And you're feeling very, very much in control. Like whatever you say in this connection goes. You say jump, the other person basically says how high. Okay. Now, there is a little bit of an energy of you lying to yourself, but we'll see what that's about. You may be dealing with another energy. The person that you're dealing with may be any sign. The main ones that I'm seeing are Cancer, Sag, and that's it. So in the recent past, you get the Chariot, the Eight of Wands, and the Two of Cups. There's definitely communication here in the recent past, and it solidifies your love. So you're kind of showing me there's communication, and following this communication, you really feel like I love you, you love me. We're like two bunnies in a cup, in love, happy, all of that. And this communication also feels very, very divinely guided. It feels very aligned for you. It literally feels like the universe is like, okay, let's make this happen. In the current situation, you get the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Fool. This is you. I don't assign gender to my cards. You and this person are kind of like starting over, but I don't see an ending. So it's almost like you guys are more so leveling up than starting over. And it's very, very clear to you. You're like, okay, I know that this is what this is. I know we're on the precipice of a brand new, like leveling up, starting over, whatever you want to call it. And it feels great. And I feel amazing. In the near future, you get the Temperance, the World, and the Five of Cups. There's a lot of healing showing up here for you about the past. So if there's something in the past that you really regret, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I wish I didn't do that. You ended something here in the past, whether it's with this person, with somebody else, I don't know, right? You're essentially showing me that there's a lot of healing coming in. There's a lot of balance and harmony being brought there. So overall, Pisces, you're feeling really, really, really good. So let's clarify, shall we? Let's take a look at the Emperor. And of course, if this reading resonates, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a heart. It really helps me out. The Emperor is clarified by the Eight of Swords, Four of Cups, Ten of Wands. Okay, you appear very in control and very on top of things. In reality, underneath the surface, that's not at all what you're feeling. There's a lot of overthinking here. There's a lot of unhappiness, and it just kind of weighs heavily on you. You made a decision here, Pisces. You made a decision, and it was a logical decision, right? It's a decision that made sense. So whatever it is that you did, maybe you didn't want to do it, maybe it didn't feel right to you, but it made sense, right? It's like if you choose to eat a salad, right? Like I want to eat a donut, but I choose to eat a salad. I made the logical decision. Okay. But you're kind of overthinking, overanalyzing, and really, really, really bummed out about the decision that you made because it weighs very heavy on you. So I can tell that whatever decision you made, it's not the one which felt right for you, but it's the one which made sense for you to do. All right, let's take a look at the Chariot in the recent past. Chariot's clarified by the Hermit, Two of Cups, Six of Wands. You basically took action here in the recent past, and it was a very, very swift action. You're kind of like, look, deep down, I know that this is what's aligned for me. This is the right thing for me to do. It has to do with love, so we'll clarify the Two of Cups here, and it feels very, very good. You're like, okay, I did it. Whatever it is that I did, I felt good about it. It's like I overcame the difficult part, and now our relationship is going to work out, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be successful, and yay. And this all happened very, very quickly, but it felt very, very good to you on the one hand. On the other hand, there's also a little bit of an energy of loss, right? It's like you made a decision, and by deciding, right, by choosing one thing or one person, you have to give up on another person or another thing or whatever, right? And so there is a little bit of a loss of like, oh, well, you know, I gave up on this other thing. Now I'm not going to have this other person or this other connection or this other job or whatever. But overall, I'm really, really happy. I made the right decision and I feel really good about it. Let's take a look at the Eight of Wands in the recent past. Eight of Wands is clarified by the Devil, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups, or Ten of Pentacles, sorry. Yeah, you're showing me like this is, why is that showing up there though? Anyways, whatever this communication is, it's a deep connection. It's a soul connection. You can see you and this person going the distance. You can really see this connection working out. It feels very, very good. I don't understand why the Devil is here though. What is up? What is up with the Devil? Are you dealing with a Capricorn? Is that what's happening? I don't feel like that's the case because, again, basically in your recent past, your energy really splits up into two. You made a decision, and by deciding on something, you had to give up on something else. You're 80% very good, very confident, very positive about your decision. There is that 20% of kind of like, well, what about that other person? What about that other connection? What about, whatever I left behind? It's nagging on you though. Excuse me. I can see that it's kind of like, well, Pisces, what about me? What about me? You left me behind. What about me? Right? So there is a little bit of that nagging. But again, 80% in the recent past, you're confident, you're positive, you feel really, really good about the decision that you made. Let's take a look at the Two of Cups in the recent past. Nope. Okay. Two of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're essentially showing me I chose this relationship. I chose to focus my energies on this connection, and it's a new beginning. We're leveling up. Like, I really, truly feel like this is like the love that we had. Maybe it was like, we cared about each other, a 2 out of 10, a 3 out of 10. And by having this conversation, by me making this decision, by, focusing my energy on us being the lovers, we've gone to a much, much deeper connection. It goes from the Page to the Queen, right? It's I love you, you love me. This is us leveling up. This feels like a really good connection. You're feeling very, very positive about this and also very, very confident about this connection and about the decision that you made. There is a little bit of that 20% where you're like, what about what I left behind? But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let's take a look at the current situation, see what the Ace of Swords is all about. Ace of Swords is clarified by the Moon, the Seven of Wands, and the Three of Wands. So you made the logical decision, but there's almost this energy, like I said at the beginning, you made the decision which made sense, not the decision that you necessarily wanted to make. What's happening in the current situation, you're starting to feel a little bit of resistance or a little bit of, not regret, but a little bit of kind of like, I didn't make the decision that I wanted. It's more so the decision that made sense for me to make. And I'm kind of waiting to see if I end up wanting that decision. So you chose to eat the salad because it made sense instead of, eating the cake, which is what you wanted to do. And you're like, in the recent past, you're like, okay, I made the right decision. And now in the current situation, you're like, well, I made the right decision. It still makes sense, but I'm waiting for it to feel right. I'm waiting for it to feel like I'm not going to regret this later on down the line. You don't know though. You don't know. Interesting. So who's the cake and who's the salad? Because there's two different energies here. So either you're dealing with two different people and you chose one person over the other, or you made a decision within this connection, right? Like, oh, we'll commit versus not commit or whatever. And now you're kind of like, in the recent past, I felt great about it. It made sense. In the current situation, you're kind of like, well, I don't regret it, but like, it still doesn't feel right. When is it going to start to feel like I made the right decision? Let's take a look at the King of Cups. This is you. I don't assign gender to my cards. King of Cups is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Star, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, things are working, things are moving, things are building in the direction that you want. There's definitely a lot of love here. And it seems like whatever decision you made, it's the one that you wanted. Let me rephrase that. It's not the one that you wanted. Whatever decision you made, you're like, it's the one that made sense for me, and it's the one that I should feel like I wanted. But it's almost like, again, you're trying to will yourself into wanting the decision that you made. You made the logical decision, but you don't want. It doesn't feel like the decision is right or it's the one that you wanted. And what you're doing here is you're trying to will yourself or force yourself to feel like that's the right decision, right? Because there's a big difference between I know logically this is the right decision versus I feel emotionally like this is the right decision. You know that the decision you made is the right decision. It doesn't feel like the decision that you wanted to make, right? Interesting. Let's take a look at the Fool in the current situation. Fool is clarified by the Seven of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, you get the Tower. You're a little bit overwhelmed here. You and this person have leveled up. You started over, like you've wiped the slate clean, but you have your doubts. You have your doubts. You really do enjoy spending time with this person, but there's something in the foundation between you and them which is cracked. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is in the foundation which you feel is like lacking or cracked or isn't working, but you're starting to question, like, you know, I love spending time with this person, but is there something actually missing in the core, in the foundation between us? I don't know. I don't know, Pisces. You would know. Let's look at the near future. I want to see the Temperance. Temperance is clarified by the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. You know, and again, with the Tower, you know if you give it enough time, right? If you literally just wait long enough, you and this person will feel that deep connection again. You'll feel grounded. You'll feel stable. You'll feel happy. But for some reason, you don't feel it yet. You're showing me like down the line, I know that'll happen. I just don't feel that yet. Again, it's because whatever is at the core of this foundation, remember I said there's some crack in the connection between the two of you right now. It hasn't been healed yet. It needs to be healed. It's not that you don't care about this person or don't want to be with them. You do, but there's something in your foundation, in your core, which isn't working for you. And you're like, we need to heal this in order for us to really be able to move in this positive direction. But it's not there yet. What is this crack? What is this crack? Let's take a look at the World in the near future. World is clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Sun. You walked away from something here. You walked away from something. It's starting to become, whatever decision you made in the recent past, it's becoming clear to you in the future that you still miss it, right? You miss interacting with this person. So I feel like you essentially chose between one person and another. And in the near future, you're kind of like, well, the person that I didn't choose, I miss interacting with them. I miss being in their energy. I miss having some connection to them because you severed that connection. You chose to end it. You walked away, right? And you're showing me, I know I made the right decision. I made the logical decision, but it's not the decision that felt right for me to make. It made sense, right? I knew it was the right decision to make, but emotionally, it's not the one I would have made. Oh, listen to your heart. Let's take a look at the Five of Cups in the near future. Five of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Five of Swords, which is also bottom of the deck energy for this reading, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you really regret the decision. It's not really regret, but you really, how do I explain this? You have buyer's remorse. The decision that you made was the one that made sense. And now you're kind of like, well, I made the logical, practical decision. I want the cake though. I miss the cake. The cake makes me feel good. The cake may not be the most logical decision to make. The cake makes me feel good. But you keep lying to yourself. You're like, no, this feels good. Choosing the salad is what makes sense. Choosing the salad is the right thing. You know, if it felt right, Pisces, you wouldn't have to convince yourself that it feels right. You know, that's all I'm saying. Like you made the logical decision, but it's not the decision that you want or that you wanted to make. And you keep trying to convince yourself over and over again, no, this is what I wanted. This is going to work. This feels good. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But something within you just feels lacking. There's a little bit of regret over the decision that you made. I don't see you backtracking or anything, but you kind of are like, I'm not fully emotionally comfortable with my decision. Let's take a look at what the universe wants you to keep in mind for this reading, Pisces. From the universe, you get the Nine of Pentacles, the Strength, and the Seven of Swords. Yeah. There's a lot of back and forth here for you between I made the right decision, I did not make the right decision. It's very, very difficult for you because at the end of the day, Pisces, you kind of like work no matter what decision you make. What I mean by that is you could make this decision, it'll work out for you. You could choose this, it'll work out for you, right? Like anything you choose works out for you. You're very good at like, being stable, being grounded, all of that. But again, there's the logical decision, the one that fits with your mind, the one that makes sense. And then there's the emotional decision, what you feel, what you want. You chose the logical. You're having a little bit of a hard time sticking with the logical and being like, yep, this is what made sense to me. This is what made sense to me. This is what I should have done. There's a little bit of like, I have a hard time feeling confident and comfortable with this decision. Interesting, Pisces. Well, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading helped. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you here on the next one.